Hi, I'm Rita.
And I'm Christine. And we memorized Psalm 136, verses 1 through 9 and 26.
Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
Give thanks to the God of gods.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
Give thanks to the Lord of lords.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
My tricks are finding patterns in the passage to help me not forget. So for example, for this one, starts with give thanks to the Lord for he is good. My second line is give thanks to the God of gods. Third is give thanks to the Lord of lords. So I just remember first one's Lord, second one's God, third one's Lord. So things like that to just help me stay on track. And my second passage was easy because it's he made the great lights. What are the great lights? The sun, the moon, and stars. So you look for patterns so that you're not just saying meaningless. It's not meaningless. It's not just, rambling on stage. You can find the meaning in it and get the understanding, and then the flow comes from that.
To him who alone does great wonders.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
To him who by understanding made the heavens.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
To him who spread out the earth above the waters.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
I know that I'm not going to remember it unless I give myself a reminder. And so I live with my phone. My phone is on me at almost all times. And so I copy and paste the text into my Notes app and then set a reminder every day on that Notes app. And so I use that and I stop unless I'm in a meeting or on a phone call or something. I stop what I'm doing, I look at it, I review what I did yesterday, and if I need to, I just keep doing that one. If I'm ready, I move on to the next verse, and I do that every day. And I continue even after I finish the whole passage, I keep reminding myself so that way it stays fresh.
To him who made the great lights.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
The sun to rule over the day.
For his steadfast love endures forever.
And the moon and stars to rule over the night.
For his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of heaven. For his steadfast love endures forever.
First time I did a recitation was by myself, which is a little nerve-wracking. So having somebody up there with me is great, but also the collaboration and just the way we're the same and yet different, I think, comes into play. She says she's naturally loud, I'm naturally quiet, and that comes into play right at the end of the psalm. So yeah, there's just it's a lot more fun getting to do it with somebody else.
Well, initially Rita said she'd do my steadfast love his steadfast love endures forever.
That was a joke. Because that would have been easy memorizing.
So, I said, it's 10 verses. We can split it in half. And then I looked where that broke it up, and it felt really disjointed. So I was reading it again, and I said, this breaks up into triplets. It's 3-phrase stanzas. And so I broke it up as there's 3-phrase stanzas and then a standalone verse that we did together.
It's interesting saying things out loud, like especially in this psalm where we're saying, for his steadfast love endures forever, over and over. I'm trying to not make that become like a chant. I'm trying to say it differently every time. Whereas if I was just memorizing for myself, I would just be like, oh yeah, for his steadfast love endures forever. Move on to the next part. In my head, I would just say it real fast without really lingering on it.